Listen closely, because today your words are about to change everything. Every sound you release carries energy, invisible yet undeniable. Speak with care, and you awaken forces that ripple through your mind, your body, and the world around you. In the Shaolin tradition, masters understood this centuries ago. Clarity in speech is not decoration. It is the foundation of clarity in thought and action. And in this video, you will uncover the hidden power behind every utterance, the ancient techniques that transform ordinary words into catalysts for miracles. You will learn how to align your thoughts, emotions, and words so that each statement carries magnetic force unseen by most yet recognized by the universe. There are practices, subtle and precise, that few modern teachers speak of, methods that allow a single phrase spoken at the right moment to shift your entire reality. By the end of this video, you will understand how timing, breath, and inner stillness converge to make your speech unstoppable. You will discover why August 16th holds amplified potential, how disciplined focus can unlock doors you never knew existed, and how Shaolin principles offer more than meditation or martial skill, they offer mastery over your own energy. Every line you speak can either scatter your energy or concentrate it. And today I will show you the difference. Stay with me, because what follows is not theory. It is the practice of ancient wisdom tested through centuries, waiting for you to wield it. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. Subscribe now, join this journey, and step into the quiet power of your own voice. What you think, what you feel, and what you speak are like three threads in a single rope. Pull one in a different direction, and the rope weakens, frays, or even breaks. Many wander through life speaking desires they do not truly believe, feeling emotions they barely understand, and chasing visions their mind can barely hold. This is why intentions often fade before they take shape. They are divided, scattered, incomplete. In the quiet halls of Shaolin training, we learn that true power comes when inner and outer worlds move as one. A warrior does not strike with hesitation, nor does he hold back from thought, word, or motion. Each movement flows from the core of understanding, every breath matches every step, and every word carries the weight of a mind undivided. Manifestation works the same way. When your thoughts, emotions, and words resonate together, they form a current that sweeps through reality, unbroken and unyielding. Consider a river. It does not flow in separate streams that fight against one another. It moves as a single force. The same is true for your intention. Thoughts must be clear, precise, and rooted in understanding. Emotions must reflect genuine alignment, not fleeting desire. Words must be the natural expression of both, carrying no hidden doubt or contradiction. When even one element wavers, the current weakens and the world remains unchanged. Harmonizing inner and outer expression is not easy. It requires awareness, patience, and discipline. It asks you to watch your mind without judgment, to feel your emotions without clinging, and to speak only when the heart and mind are steady. In that stillness, that balance, your intention becomes more than wishful thinking. It becomes a living force, capable of bending circumstance, attracting opportunity, and shaping reality. This is mastery, subtle yet undeniable, a quiet power that flows from alignment, unseen yet unstoppable. Every moment you breathe is a seed of creation. The past has already been planted, the future is only a shadow waiting to form, but the present is where life truly unfolds. To speak without awareness is to scatter seeds on barren ground. Words without presence carry no weight, no direction, no power. They may sound meaningful, but they fail to shape reality because they are not rooted in the now. In the quiet training halls of Shaolin, presence is more than attention, it is mastery. A monk does not move, breathe, or speak as though time is endless. Each gesture, each sound is anchored in complete awareness. The body, mind, and spirit converge at this single point, forming an unbroken line between intention and action. Speaking consciously requires the same discipline. Before a word leaves the lips, the mind must be still, the heart steady, and the awareness fully engaged. Think of it like striking water with a stone. If thrown carelessly, the ripples vanish quickly, leaving no mark. Thrown with full attention, every ripple moves outward, touching everything in its path. Words spoken in presence are like that. They ripple through life, subtle yet powerful, shaping thought, emotion, and circumstance around them. Cultivating this awareness is not effortless. It demands patience, repeated practice, and the willingness to observe yourself without judgment. One learns to notice the mind's restless leaps, the heart's hidden impulses, and the way breath carries intention. In time, presence becomes second nature. Every word spoken, every action taken, arises from a center of calm, disciplined mastery. In this state, creation is no longer accidental. Every moment, every breath, every sound becomes an instrument, tuned by awareness, capable of shaping reality in ways both quiet and profound. Presence is not just a skill, it is the foundation of all true power. Before a single word passes your lips, the space within must be quiet. True speech emerges from stillness, not noise. The mind is like a pond. When stirred by doubt, fear, or distraction, nothing reflects clearly, and words lose their resonance. When the surface settles, however, even the smallest pebble creates ripples that reach far beyond what the eye can see. In ancient Shaolin practice, silence is not emptiness, it is preparation. A warrior stands in calm before action. A monk sits in stillness before sound. This inner quiet is a form of discipline, a training of attention and intention. It teaches that the energy behind your words matters far more than the words themselves. Speech without preparation is scattered. Speech grounded in calm is precise, magnetic, and transformative. Cultivating stillness does not mean erasing thought, but observing it without attachment. Thoughts arise like clouds drifting across the sky. Some pass, some linger. None control the wind. The mind that can watch without interference shapes the force of speech with clarity and purpose. When fear no longer pushes, when doubt no longer distracts, words carry authority, even if spoken softly. Breath becomes the bridge between stillness and expression. Each inhalation gathers focus, each exhalation releases tension. The tongue, the lips, the vocal cords, they all become instruments guided by intention rather than impulse. In this state, speaking is not an act of ego or noise, it is the natural extension of a centered mind. Every syllable resonates because it is born from alignment, patience, and awareness. The calm mind ensures that what you say is not hollow or reactive, but deliberate and potent. In silence, the world listens, and in your words, the energy of mastery moves. Breath is more than life. It is the thread that weaves thought into action, intention into reality. Every inhale gathers energy, every exhale releases it, and when guided with awareness, it becomes the silent force behind every word and movement. In the Shaolin tradition, masters understood this long before the modern world spoke of energy or vibration. Breath was the bridge between inner focus and outer expression, the current that carried intention into the world. Imagine speaking while your breath is scattered, short, shallow, uncertain. The words may emerge, but they carry little force. Now imagine speaking with each phrase drawn from a deep, steady rhythm, each sound riding the flow of controlled energy. The difference is subtle yet profound. Breath organizes the body, centers the mind, and amplifies the resonance of speech. It is the invisible hand that gives weight to intention. Shaolin training emphasizes harmony between breath and action. A fist thrown without attention to breath is weak. A word spoken without breath is empty. When breath flows in alignment with thought and word, each movement, each utterance becomes a declaration of presence and mastery. This is not performance, it is natural consequence. Energy follows intention, and breath guides it. Synchronizing breath and speech is also a way of tuning to the rhythm of the universe. The quiet, deliberate exhale connects with the world outside, while the steady inhale roots you within. Words spoken in this state do not merely travel, they resonate, like a bell struck at the perfect moment. They touch minds, shift emotions, and influence circumstance because they carry the coherence of body, mind, and energy moving as one. In every sound, every pause, every subtle rise and fall of the voice, Breath becomes the channel through which the unseen flows, making speech not just heard but felt, and making intention not just imagined but real. The body is never separate from the mind. It is its expression, its signal to the world. Every stance, every gesture, every subtle shift carries energy long before a word is spoken. In Shaolin practice, posture is not simply about form, it is about presence. A grounded body anchors intention, giving weight and authority to thought and speech alike. Words without support are like arrows shot into the air. They travel, but they lose force. Words spoken from a body aligned with purpose strike like thunder. Consider a monk walking through the temple. Every step is deliberate, measured, and balanced. The shoulders are relaxed but firm, the spine straight yet flexible. There is no rush, no hesitation, only the quiet certainty of presence. This is not for show. This is mastery in motion. The same principle applies to speech. When the body is aligned and grounded, words carry a resonance that cannot be faked. They move through space and settle into the minds of those who hear them. Confidence born of discipline does not shout. It does not demand attention. It simply exists, steady and undeniable. And that steadiness makes every word feel like a command, not a wish. A person who moves and stands with awareness communicates power even before speaking. Speech becomes an extension of posture, calm, precise, intentional. The energy behind the body flows seamlessly into the words, and the listener senses the depth behind each phrase. Learning this requires patience. One must watch the body as carefully as the mind, correcting tension, imbalance, and distraction. Each breath, each step, each pause becomes an act of training. Over time, posture and presence fuse with thought and word, creating a force that is quiet yet unshakable. In this harmony, intention is no longer fragile, it becomes inevitable, carried by a body that speaks as clearly as the voice itself. Mastery does not cling to certainty. It does not demand that the path be visible or that outcomes align perfectly with expectation. In the Shaolin halls, disciples are taught to move with purpose while embracing the unknown. The world shifts, circumstances change, and yet the mind that holds firm intention remains steady. This is the paradox of power. Surrendering control over how things unfold allows energy to flow freely, unblocked and potent. Imagine planting a seed. You prepare the soil, you water it, you tend it with care, but you cannot force the sun to rise or the rain to fall. Attempting to control every detail only scatters your energy. True mastery, however, trusts the process. Intention is held like a lantern in the dark, guiding action without gripping the outcome. Words spoken in this state are alive, not desperate. They carry conviction because they are rooted in clarity, not anxiety. Shaolin wisdom teaches that surrender is not weakness, it is disciplined strength. When the mind releases attachment to method, it gains access to currents of possibility unseen by those who insist on rigid control. Energy flows to where it is most needed, aligning with circumstance and opportunity. Miracles are not manufactured, they are invited when intention is firm and hands are open. Speaking with this balance requires practice. Conviction must rise from understanding, not desire. The voice becomes a vessel for intention, steady and clear. It does not plead, it does not force, it simply communicates the truth of the mind and heart aligned. Each word resonates because it carries presence, patience, and inner discipline. In this way, mastery is both humble and powerful, confident yet flexible. It moves with the world, not against it, allowing the unseen to manifest through what is spoken and what is done. Intentions are not finished the moment they leave your lips. Spoken once, they are seeds, fragile and unseen, waiting for care to take root. Repeated with attention, they grow, drawing strength from clarity and consistency. In the quiet routines of Shaolin training, repetition is never empty. Every stance, every breath, every movement is practiced over and over, not for vanity, but to embed discipline into body and mind. Speech, too, responds to this rhythm. Words spoken with care again and again carry layered energy that accumulates, shaping reality over time. The key is not to speak more, but to speak well. Quality outweighs quantity. Each word should be precise, grounded in awareness, and aligned with thought and emotion. A single phrase uttered with full presence can move circumstances more than 1,000 scattered statements. Clarity becomes a multiplier. It deepens the effect of intention, allowing it to resonate farther than the voice alone could reach. Ritual transforms repetition into power. Shaolin monks do not train once and expect mastery. They return to the practice daily, refining each movement until it becomes natural. In the same way, speech repeated with attention becomes a ritual, a disciplined offering of energy into the world. It is a deliberate act, not a habit of random phrases. Morning or night, in silence or in motion, words become tools of transformation, each iteration strengthening the unseen currents that connect mind, body, and universe. Over time, this practice creates a rhythm of mastery. The body, mind, and voice align. Intention ceases to be fragile. It flows with the certainty of well-tended roots. Speech becomes a river, steady and deliberate, carrying not only meaning but the weight of presence, focus, and discipline. In this way, the ritual of words mirrors the wisdom of Shaolin life. Repetition is not burden, but the quiet path to power, and every spoken intention is a seed that grows in the fertile soil of practiced awareness. True power carries a moral weight. Words, like energy, respond to the character behind them. In the Shaolin way, miracles do not spring from cleverness or desire alone. They arise from virtue, integrity, and compassion. A mind clouded with selfishness, fear, or ill will cannot generate force. Its intentions scatter before they reach reality. The energy behind words must be pure, aligned with the principles that govern both inner and outer life. Consider the monk who moves through the temple with a calm heart. Each action, each word is measured not only for effectiveness but for righteousness. Speech becomes a reflection of the moral compass within, and the strength it carries is inseparable from its alignment with truth and care. When the heart is clear, words strike with precision, not aggression. They heal, attract, and manifest opportunities because they resonate with the natural order of cause and effect. Negativity, on the other hand, acts as a shadow on intention. Words born from resentment or ego may sound forceful, but they dissipate like smoke, leaving no lasting imprint. Even subtle selfishness dulls the energy behind speech. Shaolin teachings insist that discipline is not only in action and mind, but in the cultivation of moral clarity. Virtue sharpens presence, compassion focuses energy, integrity ensures that intention and expression are inseparable. When words are rooted in this clarity, they move beyond the self. They become instruments of transformation, subtle yet undeniable. The ripple extends further than the immediate listener, influencing circumstances, opportunities, and even the flow of unseen forces. True mastery recognizes that personal power is inseparable from moral alignment. Without it, energy leaks, intentions falter, and potential remains unrealized. With it, words carry weight, purpose, and the quiet, unstoppable force of miracles. Words alone are not enough. Intention must find its body in action, or it remains a shadow, fleeting and unrealized. In the quiet discipline of Shaolin practice, the mind, the word, and the hand are never separate. A stance is held, a breath is controlled, a movement flows, each supporting the others. So too must intention be mirrored by action. Speaking with clarity is the first step, but walking the path completes the circle. Even the smallest, most mindful actions carry weight. A measured step, a deliberate gesture, a patient choice, they reinforce the energy that words release. The universe responds not to idle declarations, but to synchronized effort. One who speaks without acting scatters energy. One who acts without awareness moves blindly. When intention, speech, and movement align, even the tiniest step becomes a catalyst, a thread in the fabric of unfolding reality. Consider the monk tending a garden. He does not command growth with words alone. He prepares the soil, waters carefully, prunes with attention, and waits. Each act is simple, yet together they transform the space. His words may bless the work, but the garden grows because thought, word, and deed converge in steady harmony. This is the essence of true manifestation. Miracles do not spring from desire alone, nor from mere vocal affirmation. They arise when inner clarity drives speech, and speech guides action, and action flows without hesitation from purpose. Energy becomes coherent, unstoppable, and alive. In every decision, every movement, the principle is the same. Alignment transforms potential into reality. The quiet mastery lies not in wishing, but in doing deliberately, mindfully, and consistently. Through this harmony, the invisible currents of life bend to support what is spoken and enacted, turning intention into living reality and creating a force that is both subtle and undeniable. Time is not uniform. It carries layers, rhythms, and subtle currents that most pass by unnoticed. Some moments hold a quiet power, a rare alignment of energy that amplifies intention. August 16th is one such moment, a day when thought, word, and action can ripple farther than usual, when clarity and focus meet opportunity in ways that feel almost effortless. Recognizing these currents requires awareness, a skill cultivated through centuries of disciplined practice. In Shaolin teachings, the eye is trained to see not only what is, but what is ripe for action. Awareness is not passive observation, it is active attunement to cycles, energy, and timing. A monk learns to sense the hidden flow, to move when the moment is ready to carry him. Words spoken at the right time carry more than sound. They carry resonance, vibrating in harmony with forces beyond immediate perception. Spoken too early or too late, they may land harmlessly, scattered by circumstance. This is why intention and timing are inseparable. Speaking with presence on an ordinary day is powerful, but speaking with presence on a day of natural alignment magnifies the effect, like striking a bell exactly when the wind carries it. Energy meets preparation, action meets readiness, and words become more than expression, they become instruments of influence. Harnessing such moments does not require forcing the world to bend. It requires stillness, observation, and the discipline to act when the invisible currents are aligned. Those who cultivate patience and awareness notice these rare openings and move with them, allowing their speech to carry weight far beyond the ordinary. When the moment is right, intention flows like water naturally and without strain. The combination of awareness, focus, and disciplined action turns speech into magnetism and ordinary words into catalysts for transformation. In these subtle intersections of time and energy, miracles find their doorway. Manifestation is not a spark that ignites once and disappears. It is a practice, a path of quiet mastery, walked every day. Each choice, each breath, each word carries the potential to shape reality, but only when repeated with awareness and discipline. The Shaolin masters teach that transformation does not arrive as a sudden gift. It is earned through consistent effort, through attention to mind, body, and spirit. Daily mindfulness is the foundation. Observing thoughts without judgment, noticing emotions without reaction, and witnessing the world without attachment trains the mind to act with clarity. This awareness makes every word intentional, every action purposeful. Discipline in speech is equally vital. Words uttered without care scatter energy. Words aligned with presence become instruments that resonate, reinforcing your intention and influencing the world around you. Embodied presence ties it all together. The body is not merely a vessel, it is a conduit for energy. Standing, moving, and breathing with awareness transforms ordinary gestures into channels of power. Every intentional action, no matter how small, strengthens the flow between internal intention and external reality. A simple phrase spoken with focus, a deliberate step taken with attention, a moment of stillness held in awareness, they all ripple outward, reinforcing the currents of manifestation. Over time, these daily practices create coherence. The mind, body, and word move in harmony, and each intentional act strengthens your connection to the universal flow. This is not magic, it is mastery. The transformation is subtle at first, a shift in perception, a new alignment of circumstance, but with persistence it deepens. Life begins to reflect the energy you cultivate, not by force but through the natural unfolding of disciplined mindful practice. Manifestation becomes not a single event but the lived rhythm of mastery, visible in every thought, word, and deed that moves through your day. Every word you speak holds more power than you may realize. When clarity, presence, and alignment guide your speech, ordinary moments become openings for miracles. The Shaolin path teaches that true strength does not come from want or wish alone. It comes from a disciplined mind, actions rooted in awareness, and intentions held with purity. When thought, word, emotion, and action move together, even a single phrase can ripple far beyond what you see, shaping reality in subtle, profound ways. This is not a secret reserved for monks or masters. It is a practice available to anyone willing to cultivate awareness, presence, and deliberate speech in daily life. Take a moment each day to pause, breathe, and speak with intention. Let your body, mind, and heart resonate together. Watch how small, mindful choices begin to amplify, how simple words carry weight, and how life responds when alignment becomes natural. Step into this practice gently, with patience and consistency, and notice the quiet power it brings. Every utterance, every thoughtful action becomes a thread in the web of your own transformation. Thank you for joining us today. May your words carry presence, your actions carry purpose, and your life reflect the quiet mastery of disciplined intention. This is Shaolin Soulfire. If this message resonates, subscribe to our channel and continue this journey with us.